So you found your total addressable market and you started selling to industry. Maybe you're a founder, a salesperson who's been tasked with creating a budget or going out and winning sales. It is very different knowing what your total addressable market is to actually winning sales on a yearly basis. The numbers are very, very different. I myself have worked in a number of tech companies where although the total addressable markets was in the billions, the yearly possible market or the yearly addressable market was very, very small. Not many people were coming to the market to look for the type of solution that we were selling. So in this video today, what I'm going to do is practically break down how you can take your total addressable market, take into consideration the stage of growth of your business, and then realistically understand what you are likely to achieve and then develop a plan around that to either hit those numbers or exceed those numbers and what you need to do that. Now, before we start, my name is Gavin Tye. I'm the founder of Sales Market Fit, and I'm passionate about helping B2B tech companies develop the right sales strategy. Now, to develop the right sales strategy, we need to be realistic. Optimism has its place in sales, but when it comes to developing the right strategy for the right stage of your business, we have to be realistic. If we're not realistic, we could easily become lazy. This video today is about helping you realistically understand what your yearly potential market could be. Now, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel because I release a lot of content on this subject. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll take the time to reply back to you also. So, let's get into it. How to estimate your yearly addressable market potential in B2B. This is really critical in developing the right sales targets and being realistic about what you can achieve and actually building from that. These are the inputs we're going to use for this exercise. For this example, the yearly addressable market in a $100 million total addressable market industry, which is 10,000 clients by $10,000. Just to make this simple, we are going to need the following information. We are going to need the number of clients in the TAM, the average industry contract length, the average annual revenue per customer, a conservative win rate, and the total addressable market amount. So for this, as I mentioned before, 10,000 clients with an industry average contract length of 3 years, with $10,000 on average per customer, a conservative win rate of 30%. So the total addressable market is 10,000 clients times $10,000 equals $100 million. Now, contract length. Why is that important? Although every business or market is different, we should conservatively expect a business to renew their existing contract once or twice before changing vendors. Now, your industry, they may only renew once or they may renew 4 times, but just insert what that works. Just insert what works for your industry. Now, in this example, in an industry with an average of a 3-year contract agreement and a total addressable market of 10,000 potential clients, if they renew once or they renew twice, this is how long it takes a potential client to come to market. So on an industry average of renewing once, which is every 6 years, that means every year 1,666 potential clients are coming to market. Now, if they renew twice, which is every 9 years, and this isn't unheard of in B2B, that means every year there's 1,111 customers, potential customers coming to market looking for a solution. This is one of the reasons why contract length is so important when it comes to B2B contracts, especially high value. Now, let's overlay this information on a technology adoption curve. Most people have seen this adoption curve. Down the bottom, we're starting with the innovators and early adopters, and then we cross the chasm and go into the early majority, late majority, and laggers. Now, the technology adoption curve is a description of customer behavior related to the acceptance of a new product or feature, which is often broken into innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Now, the stage of growth your business is in will give you access to the different categories below. Now, let's look at how this is distributed for 1,600 clients for every 6 years is spread yearly throughout the adoption lifecycle. Now, let's have a look at how this 1,600 customers every 6 years is spread yearly. So if you're a startup in a $100 million industry, you potentially only have access to maybe 42 and some of the 225. You're not going to have a full access to the market. All right, now let's look at the possible yearly addressable market. Now, if we are realistic with the numbers, better decisions can be made to set and achieve yearly goals. Now, look at how the numbers change with a win rate of 30% with an average of $10,000 per client. Now, we're going from 42 clients in the innovator stage to potentially 13 clients. That's a big difference to a $100 million total addressable market. Now, if we're lucky, we can push into the 68 clients, which is $680,000 if you're a new company. Now, what determines each one of these? What determines the category a potential client might fit into? It's really about the amount of risk a business is willing to take. Now, to alleviate their risk, businesses need more proof of the problems and demonstrable outcomes they will achieve. Categories begin to combine as a business evolves because they have more customers, better reputation, and more quantifiable proof. Now, if we look at this example again, as a business grows, they get more access to the stages. They can get access to, on a yearly basis, the innovators, the early adopters, and the early majority. So their yearly addressable market has grown from $130,000 per year up to $2.48 million per year without taking into account the 30% win rate. That's a possible yearly addressable market. Now, if you have any questions on this information, please put them in the comments below and I'll make sure that I get back to you. Also, if you're liking this video, please subscribe and hit the notification button because I release a lot of content on lead generation and sales strategy for B2B. How to improve your yearly addressable market in a practical, common sense way. You need to create an evolving sales strategy aimed at the early and late majority. And you must use your early client wins, the return on investment they receive, and case studies as key components to start demonstrating outcomes and the problems you solve in your markets. Your strategy must revolve around creating a consistent need for your offering better than the competition. Demand is created in 3 levels, from interest to a want to a need, and you must create a need. If you want more information on that, let me know. I can make a video on that. Now, as your strategy evolves, more of the market will open up to you. But be consistent in lead generation activities. It will be hard work finding the potential clients within your total addressable market, and it will require constant effort. Now, this is especially true in the beginning. Now, if you think about having 42 potential clients who may be interested in speaking to you, when there's a total addressable market of 10,000, that is going to require a lot of effort just to sift through and find those potential customers willing to have a conversation with. There's some additional resources also to help you with your strategy. Now, I've got a book called Startup Sales Secrets. There's a free download here, and it's about developing the right sales strategy for your business based off 3 core principles. I also have 20 different lead generation strategies for your business. And also I have a Facebook group where I do a live Q&A and also a LinkedIn group as well. If that interests you, you can find all that information in the description of this video. Now, I hope you found today's video valuable. I think it's really important to be realistic about the amount of clients you can win. That depends on how big your business is at the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.